And I've been saying they're not looking on the best form that we've ever seen them, but their best form on their worst day is still something to behold.
Absolutely. Well, let's dive into our North American match here, folks. It's the final match of the day, and it should be an absolute banger. And a reminder, if you do want to check out the other match that's going on, it's Nocturnal versus Lotus FE. That's happening on one of our community streams. That's Parks Cast. We'll keep you updated on the scoreline there as things progress. But, well, progressing they are, at the very least here on our first map, because already Serendipity has managed to pick up 2 kills. But the little Bocks are slowly making their way up towards this bomb site. They're at a massive disadvantage now, however, and need to find every available opportunity and advantage. Kianetta will be able to take down Empathy. We've said what a problematic person that can be, but Serendipity with the third, STX to follow it up, and it is a fairly clean pistol round for Shimmer.
It is right at the end there. Nobody's even looking STX's way. There's a couple of players alive, and they're so focused on that cat play, that short position, that they just let both of them get picked off. It's unfortunate. The Shimmer pistol rounds have been looking really strong at the moment, but now it's just going to give them this opportunity to lean into the weapons. So we're likely just to see an A hit, clean and simple here from Little Bocks, although maybe taking a little bit more control mid. They're going to be met with aggression here. Empathy peeking them out. We talked about her openings, and there's 2 Forks to back it up. And then where can Kianetta even go? You've got Serendipity already pushing doors, and it is done.
Yeah, and just an update, folks. So we did see Rain a little bit earlier on, but you might be noticing that she's not in the roster at the moment, so she's not playing today. Instead, we have Kianetta, whose name had popped up a moment ago, trying to keep things a bit more contestable for the little Bocks on that pistol round. And that, of course, when we talk about the roster changes and how that can be troublesome to deal with, and they find themselves in a similar position here again coming into this matchup. So certainly something to keep a wary eye out on. Meanwhile, a very aggressive push in towards the B site has run over Raven and has made it a more than doable scenario for the little Bocks. Still 5 players alive. Bomb has been planted. Now we need to mount the retake. Only 1 kit available for Shimmer. And let's face it, this is a team that has some serious bravery. Absolutely do not care one way or the other. The confidence is with them. So I could see them potentially trying to push for this, but as the time continues to tick away, those opportunities run away from them. They've set up this pincer, spotted out the 1 player holding towards the archways here, and there it is. Empathy and STX both getting a kill for themselves. It's all about the exits, though. Trying to go for the retake is not going to happen, but they're going to make this as expensive as possible. All 5 of the little Bocks fall. Yes, Empathy goes down as well, but it was a bonus. So with them getting so much damage done, they're still going to be okay into this round.
Yeah, I think it's a very unfortunate one there. There's nothing realistically that they can do to break into that bomb site with so much utility going down. No one was giving them the fight, but they, as you said, they make it expensive. They hold it out. Forks, now with the AWP on, like, this is where we start to see the magic happen. Now, I talked to Big Game earlier, and I hope she steps up so that my point can be proved. Empathy, so aggressive out here. Perfect flash from Serendipity.
I mean, that was just a bloodbath. What do you do at that point? Athena now trying to keep things contestable. 1 versus 2. Has the bomb on her back. She's got 2 flashes. She's got an HE. All the pressure is on her now to try to even out the scoreline. Raven ready and waiting. She's going to try and... Oh, spots out Raven. There you go. Shot to connect. Now they know that she's there, however. So this is going to be a bit of a difficult one. Going to re-hit towards the A side. Still has a minute remaining, so maybe being a little bit too impatient on the push. She's got space to play with, but I love how Shimmer are playing this. Super patient, hold back, hold the longer angles with that height advantage as well. It's Forks with the AWP to shut it down, and all vestiges of a recoverable round are swept under the rug.
Yeah, it's lovely there. They can see that there's no cross. It means that realistically, the only option they've got is to go back and hit through long. So the Fork's immediate reposition. She's very dynamic with where this orb plays. She's very, very quick with it. So she's very versatile. So the fact that she's able to maneuver so much, it is a real asset to this team. Now, back to the pistols they go here, over towards doors where Serendipity, the usual door player, is now lurking. Empathy was a surprise for them last round, and you can tell they're a little bit cautious because of it, but this time a little less resistance. They're going to flash themselves through the smoke, but Serendipity's waiting.
Well, while we're on a bit of an anti-eco here, I did just want to say about the veto, what really stood out to me is we have this one highly technical map in Nuke that Shimmer were allowed to pick into. And then the other two maps are the slightly more quote-unquote huggy map, right?
Yeah.
So you were talking about how the little Bocks don't have a punish map in this veto, but Shimmer really do. And we already expect them to be coming out on top. So the fact that they've been allowed to get a map like Nuke out onto the board, and with the train ban coming through, it really did come to that position of, well, which terrible map do you want to hedge your bets on? And they went with Nuke, and I think either way it would have been a difficult one, but because Shimmer have been allowed to have that, it could be very scary when we do get there. But for right now, it continues to be scary because it's already a 3-round lead. The little Bocks were only able to get that 1 round before it was very quickly snatched back into Shimmer's control.
Empathy playing her usual position here, has to be careful not to overextend because the player's going to punish him mid, but they get pushed through the doors into the blender of STX.
And another round, blink and you missed it. The hyper aggression of this Shimmer roster is, I feel like it's fairly uncontested in North America at the moment.
It is, and it was something I was chatting with Brandon, we're doing a little bit of VOD review, and it was something that he picked up, is that sometimes we see them fall into maybe not necessarily the best habits when they go against teams that they feel very confidently against, right? When they're up against the likes of the Ghost Gaming and the FlyQuest, you see them really dig into that depth of strat book. When they're playing against teams that are, all things considered, realistically a mixed team, you see them play it very much like Deathmatch. They go for opening jewels that are egregious, and they just don't get punished for it because mechanically, some of these players are so good. We've talked about it for seasons, Empathy being one of those just technically perfect players. Athena, to her credit, insane player as well. She's been just crispy. She's also Samantha. I'm gonna give you a little rundown. North America, it's weird, right? Ooh. Separate note, the timing here.
Oh no, Athena! Oh, NT friend. Spots out the first one, trigger discipline, gets the second at doors, tries to turn back, and the spray is labored. Yet one more round for Shimmer. But I'm gonna let you finish your point, Affinity. Go ahead.
Well, it fits perfectly into this round. Now, you'll see the Tech9 being bought. You won't see the Desert Eagle being bought by Athena. Now, I'm not sure if she just doesn't have it equipped, but for the whole of the open qualifiers, and I think the group stage here as well, we've seen her with the R8. No Deagle, just the R8. Oh no, this is so they only get one, Raven only gets one.
STX is still alive though, like she's just gonna hard anchor this. You can carry on.
Athena is an R8 player, which seems to be becoming more common in the day and age of 2025. She's also got a love for the MP5, which it's been of a bit of running joke in the North America on the community streams that I have a big disdain for this. And she got a beautiful 4K with it the other day, and I had to publicly apologize. But Athena has a very weird loadout.
I find it hilarious that you of all people are going to be judging anyone for their guns when you are apparently a shotgun enjoyer.
Have you heard about Pterodactyl on Black Mold?
I mean, I do know the name. I did see her play a little bit last week. Go on.
She plays XM only on Nuke. Genuinely.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that. I remember you telling me about that as well. I feel like there isn't a world in which you don't tell me about a crazy shotgun player. But,
especially in North America. Okay,
Kianetta with an opener here. Yeah, that gives them a little bit of an opening. And Athena spotted out another player as well. The battle on B has also been won. Kianetta doing the Lord's work here. giving them a 2-player advantage. Serendipity gets shut down as well. Sapphire up close and personal. An uncharacteristic missed shot from Forks, but she will not miss the second time. You give her an opportunity to rectify a mistake, and she'll take full advantage. The bomb's going to get planted, and Little Bocks, off of some heroics from the stand-in player, will be able to find their second. It's still an uphill battle to come back into this, but there is a world. Oh, they're going to try and steal the AWP. Empathy doesn't want to let it happen. Tap, tap, tap. All Athena has to do is tuck. No! Oh, she peeks out, and the attempt at holding onto the AWP. No, surely we don't send yet one more to the grave for the sake of an AWP. No, do not give Empathy these fights. Okay, there's a player sneaking up behind her. Oh my God, she still gets another one. Oh, that was unreasonable, dude. My blood pressure was through the roof there.
That is not gonna stand. That will, Shimmer are a team that, we've talked about it a lot, have a lot of pride, right? A knife kill is not going to fly. I think Empathy, that first kill took her a little bit too long to find cheese. We spoke to Forks in, I think it must have been week 1. And we were asking about, you know, how Empathy does it. And she death matches, you know, and aim trains for 3 or 4 hours before every game. She'll stream for 4 hours. So missing shots like that, I think the neuron's going to start activating. If you thought they were playing aggressive before, I think we're about to see it. Because when they lose the opening pick, that's when the rounds start to spiral.
As you were saying, good grief, bro. Empathy gives no quarter. Oh my God, the weights are off. Oh, it's all guns blazing at this point. All right, Athena's got a little bit of bite to her bark. Gonna try and keep this a bit more contestable, but Empathy ready and waiting to get yet another kill on the round. 3 from her makes this a devastating affair for the Little Bocks. And, you know, you talk about those missed shots. Can we just bear in mind the fact that Empathy got 3 exits? Like, they just allowed her to get that many exits before finally putting the knife in the back of her head. It's unreasonable how much. She is 14 and 6. Everyone just take a moment to appreciate the 14 and 6. The empathy of it all. She has no empathy right now. It's all bloodlust.
It is, and she's decided not to push mid this time, but the issue is they're funneling into B, and we've seen this STX Raven hold. It is unbreakable, and now they've lost 2 players. They're losing that space because Empathy is over towards doors, and she's particularly aggressive when she goes there. And now over towards doors, they go Forks holding this lovely angle. Drop down will have been hurt, though, and Athena, difficult battle on her hand. Forks just waiting. It's going to have to be a quick adjust as she goes and has a little bit of a nosy for the catwalk player, but there it is, the spot, the immediate push down, and Bouchard caught in a difficult position here. Can't go forward, can't go backwards.
Ooh, Forks waiting to see. Oh my God, bro, you know she's there. You can't be doing that. Maybe they thought that her attention would be completely on catwalk and there's no way that she'd expect the re-swing from double doors, but she does. And she's ready and waiting. Bouchard, however, can capitalize on her kind of flying up into the sky, but eventually it's Bouchard herself that will fall as well. 4 players remaining here for the Shimmer squad in that round. They go up to 8, a 6-round deficit. And now, as we're on the verge of yet another really weird buy, you want to hear something really fun that's going on in our community stream?
What's going on in the community stream?
It's 9-3 in favor of, guess.
Oh no, the fact that you're saying that scares me.
Ex-Lotus are currently 9-3 up against Nocturnal. It is Ex-Lotus's map pick, so we'll see how things shake out as the map goes on. But Lotus might be being handed their first. I mean, I'm maybe getting a little bit ahead of myself here, but they might just wind up with their first loss of the season. Meanwhile, Shimmer not really willing to let this be their first loss. Empathy does the exact same thing 2 rounds in a row and continues to get away with it. They can't just keep letting her do that. Oh my God, bro.
Patterns here. I think I know what the issue is. We're seeing a lot of 1v1 peaks. We're seeing them take the 1v1s, and Shimmer is not a team you could take the 1v1s against, right? And also, there's a lot of dry peaks here. There's a lot of utility, but they're not using it. They're not flashing themselves around corner.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry, the sneak up there, and then the snip, I've forgotten how to word. I'm not gonna lie.
This is the North America effect.
Apparently, no. I think this is the Shimmer effect.
Yeah, they are. It's a weird one, and sometimes when they play teams, and it feels like they're death matching, because I have all the love in the world for the little Bocks team. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching them this season. But sometimes it feels like they're not playing as structured as we'd love to see. And that means that Shimmer aren't getting the opportunity to test the abilities that they have to counter teams playing deep strategic strat books like they'll need to going into potentially season finals. But actually opening pick, nope, doesn't matter. Immediately counteracted.
The one round in a few where Empathy doesn't go for that cheeky mid-aggression. So little Bocks think they've got an opening here. They take that mid-control, get that opener, and all of that off the back of that uncharacteristic missed shot from Forks. But teammates there to back her up. Nobody's expecting Empathy to be that up close and personal, to be that incredibly cheeky. But Sapphire, with the scout no less, trying to be competitive. But it's the last round in the half, and Andrea cannot clutch that one through. A 10-2 in favor of Shimmer.
Yeah, I don't even wanna be awake, cause every second that I live is like a wasting. Can you help me start a replace all the memories that stand in my ways? You know what I really hate the most is that happens to me is like a ghost. It's so far away, I only wanna be okay. Tell me why should I stay?
Welcome back, one and all. Shimmer off to a great start, but little Bocks, it's not done just yet. Their CT sides looking particularly crispy. Their CT pistols have been not too shabby either. Andreas spamming through the smoke. They're already on site, but Sapphire is going to sit here and wait. They've got a lot of presence here, but Raven finds that first opening duel.
And it does look like it's going to be a little bit of a clean sweep. Yeah, I say that. Okay, Kianetta trying desperately, much like she did in that first pistol round before, to make this a contestable scenario. But it's a pistol round, which means the chances of having a kit devastatingly low. And as we can see, they don't have one available. Time now is a factor. Bouchard brings it to a 1 versus 1, but Empathy will rake in that final kill of the round. Shimmer go up to 11, Empathy goes up to 22, and this map is very close to its finish line.
It is. They brought that pistol round really close. I was saying, you know, I've seen their pistols. They're definitely looking a little bit more structured. And the fact that it comes down to individual stepping up, this is the thing that I love highlighting, is that Shimmer, there's been a lot of reliance on the individuals that can potentially be punished. And sometimes it comes down, and the Athena roll rate. Oh, I've been waiting for this. I have been waiting for times like this. But unfortunately, it's going to meet the scout, but it's not taken down immediately.
This is so random. I love seeing like the giggles and the smiles. Like, she knows what she's doing. She knows how ridiculous this is. But unfortunately, it's just going to be a bit of a tap, tap, tap from Empathy to shut that down in its tracks once more. Forks, how you'd gone and done that. All right, Kianetta. Get one for herself. Recovers that scout.
Long range, going long.
She's not even going to use it, bro. The Deagle, that's where it's at. Unfortunately, well, shots aren't going to be able to connect. So there you have it, folks. Map point for Shimmer on the little Boxes map pick.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to claw back into this one with. We saw a couple of really nice shots in there as well. Kianetta got the crispiest of Deagle headshots. That's the one that you peek and you go, I'm going to get that kill. I'm going to find it. I'm going to peek mid. I'm him. Absolutely. That's one of those situations. They've got weapons for this potential final round. They've got utility as well. And actually, I love this aggression mid. They can maybe wrap this instantly.
Jeez, that first kill to come through is devastating. Raven's had a bit of a tough time, but when you have Empathy firing off the way that she has been, I mean, Raven's pretty okay to just be cannon fodder, and even then, she's only got 5 deaths. She's just, you know, she just hasn't had that many opportunities to get involved in the fights. Sapphire, however, Sapphire, I'm the Sapphire, with a triple kill to bring this into a 3 versus 1, but the one is Empathy, the Kobe from Narnia, somehow shuts that down, and the little Bocks have given themselves a stay of execution. I don't know if they get another 9 rounds back-to-back to get us to overtime, but I am here for the resurgence. I am here for the signs of life from this team.
You gotta highlight it. There's been a lot of these rounds where they've managed to get the health down low. They haven't been able to find those kills, but they've been able to get the health down low enough. That situation there doesn't work if her team haven't already done the damage, right? If there's no HE or Empathy has got any more health than that, that doesn't happen. This game is over. And you've got to look at these moments. Bouchard, has got the org on out, got a tag onto Athena, but she's not down and out yet. Bouchard tucking into this corner, dodging the flashes. Oh, but the third flash comes through and it's brutal.
Yeah, not where I would have posted up the org. I'm going to be perfectly honest with everyone here. And unfortunately, it does rather get shut out very, very quickly. Bomb already planted. Only 2 players remaining for the CTs. So the attempt at a retake is falling to the wayside. Kianetta now has to 1v5. All the biscuits, all the marbles walk straight into a crossfire. And it's a 13-3 for Shimmer, snatching their opponent's map pick, 1-0 in the series, and on the verge of a yet another 2-0 victory.
Yep, they are looking so strong this season, and little bot rag on a team, but unfortunately not. Shimmer is immense on Nuke. especially on that T side. They are vicious. Orps' forks, so the forks on Orp on top of Silo is what I meant to say, is just something otherworldly. They just abuse that outside control. They are aggressive. They like to wrap to lockers quickly. I'm expecting them to rush outside here to really kick us off. Actually, a little bit slower pace and taking a little bit of a different route here. Sapphire meets an early grave, and Empathy's got two. Serendipity chips in, and immediately the kill feed lights up yellow.
Maybe a bit of a serendipitous meeting. Athena, 1v4. Oh, shots are not landing. Look at her, look at her. She's like, oh man, what do I do? She's smiling, she's laughing, she's having a good time. She realizes that her days are probably numbered in this round. Ducking and diving, dodging and weaving, desperately just trying to get a little bit of damage done. The knife comes out. Not going to be Forks to get the knife, but Serendipity does it. So there you have it, folks. That's going to be Shimmer with their second pistol round, if I remember correctly. No, I lied. No. Somehow, Shimmer have won all three.
Yeah, it was narrow on that second pistol over on Dust2 on the CT side. It came down to a 1v1, but yeah, they have secured all three so far. And now it looks like they're just going to start their early ways of abusing outside. And Athena, absolutely incredible player. If there was anyone that could stand up to the bastion of Shimmer out here, it would be her.
So far, so good. What was that you were saying about Athena and Deagles? She had a deagle.
I don't know if that was dropped. I'm gonna believe that it might have been, but I think it's the right call. Sapphire, this is a little bit cheeky.
I'll be real with you. I don't think there's a world in which that actually gets anything. But hey, I am always happy to be proven wrong. Sapphire's USP will get something, however, but I was correct. The Zeus didn't get a darn thing. A little bit of damage done there, but of course, it's yet another round that goes in favor of Shimmer.
It does indeed. They lose a couple of kills in the midst of all of this. We saw, Exile find one, Sapphire find another. So it's not completely a sort of stamp down. Forks, we see this a lot from her on Nuke, is that sometimes she'll lean towards this SG. She'll always have a scope in her hands. It's not always the AWP though. And I'm expecting to see it outside on top of Silo, as we can see, raining down hell from above.
Already a good little bit of damage done. Athena does manage to dodge the brunt of that nade, but in a very tight spot here, has been spotted out. Raven with a double already, trying to better the performance she had on that first map. That I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting the Krieg, but I'm here for it. Anybody who picks up a Krieg or an AUG is A-okay in my book. I'll be honest, those guns are, you know what, it's my XM.
You know what, we've all got to have an XM. Kianetta spotted one, but unfortunately caught between a rock and a hard place here. Serendipity is this, lobby player they like to leave as a contingency plan. And unfortunately, Forks immediately rotates on over. This is textbook Shimmer. They will just abuse that outside play. As I said, they love to wrap around lockers. They love to go in and take that, they see your spawn and they're like, no, I want a piece of that as well. And little Bocks, I think you're right, they're going to have to try somehow outpace them, meet fire with fire and have just the most chaotic map, or you're going to have to sit back and play retakes. I don't think there's any way to try and play this, especially with two substitutes in any structured semblance.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's always going to be difficult. It's always difficult just to have a sub just, in and of itself. But when you're already a team that is not you're not relying heavily on structure as it is, there's almost that semblance of, well, maybe we can kind of get away with it. Unfortunately, Nuke is one of the most tactical maps in the map pool. So
yes,
you might have gotten away with this on a Mirage or an Inferno, but theoretically on a Dust2, but even then we saw how that ended, 13-2, if I remember correctly. It's not going very well for them. Double AWP and an AUG, though. Do you know what? I like this. I mean, I don't like it, but I like it. You know what I mean?
I think you've got to do something unique to try and stem the bleeding here, to try find something. And, I mean, it's working out early round.
Yeah, but it's instantly traded back. They just overrun. They know all they have to do is keep the numbers, keep the pressure. And as much as we've gotten a little bit of damage done early on, bombs already been planted. Now we have to try and mount a retake with an AUG and 2 rifles. The AUG can potentially do a little bit better in the close range engagements than an AWP might have done. But the fact that they've lost both of those AWPs means that they're in a very difficult position. The Krieg gets a little bit more value I think than it has any right to. That would be the 3rd Krieg kill of the map, if I'm not mistaken. But Sapphire in a desperate situation, caught with util out, trying to pull the rifle out. And it's Forks with a 3K with the Krieg.
It is I mean, we've talked about how on the flip side we saw, 3 different scopes of various kinds come on out here. I think that Forks might just be feeling the SG today. I think that might just be the call. Until this weapon is felt from her, we're not going to see it switch. Nobody else on the team really wants to touch it. This is her signature. Outside, we talked about this. I mean, Athena's trying to meet them halfway here, trying to put a little bit of a fight on up, but the flashes are so good that HE is just going to reveal her sitting dark.
Oh. I mean, I respect the idea, right? Play that a little bit more up close and personal. Play in the smoke, wait for an opportunity. But as you pointed out, the HE gives away all that information. Somehow, we're still keeping this contestable. Very low HPs for the Shimmer ladies, but their shots do not connect. You know what does connect? Their utility. That flash was nasty. Kianetta, however, finally going to put Forks down, her 2nd kill in the map, but unfortunately can't get any more done. The bomb to be planted. Forks is sitting on 10 and 2. And you know what? Raven in the stats bro, because I was talking about this a little bit earlier on, but she had like 5 deaths. And it was the lowest out of everybody. Again, lowest deaths out of everybody. I don't know, man. She is Neo. That's all. Maybe her shots don't necessarily always hit the way that she wants them to, but nothing hits her.
She's kind of been the chosen one recently. She came into the season looking absolutely incredible off the back of amazing land performances. And unfortunately, we said meet fire with fire, and it's gone a little bit wrong. The Inferno blazing a little bit too hot there, and it's difficult here to suggest something because little Bocks, they've got 4 substitutes on their team. And actually, if you've been around the NA scene for a while, you will have heard of them. And actually, to be honest with you, it's hard to know what the actual core roster is with how often we're seeing people interchange. Kianetta, ADK, Pippi Sippy, and now Exile. ADK and Pippi Sippy, of course, we haven't seen them in the regular season yet. Staples of the women's scene. But it's very difficult to find your footing as a team when you don't even really have a core roster identity.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we have to kind of take this little Bocks roster at face value. We said it a little bit earlier on, but they're a team that are just wanting to be a part of the scene, wanting to be a part of the magic of women's Counter-Strike. But Shimmer, yeah, 100%, dude. If I could actually aim, I would definitely be trying to be a part of this as well. But obviously, Shimmer are trying to be world champions, and they came so close to tasting that glory earlier this year. Ooh, that was a bit rough. And they don't want to allow that opportunity to slip through their hands a second time. And in fact, we already know that they're having a slightly rougher performance than they did last season. Now, folks, let me put that sentence into perspective for you. Don't get ahead of yourselves. Last season, I mentioned it a bit earlier on, they dropped a whole 3 maps. All 3 of those maps were on the online stage, and all 3 of them were to the same Dawn team, which was Furia, who won the whole damn thing. This season, they have in fact dropped a map. It was a surprising. Yeah, it was a little bit surprising.
I lost my mind watching it.
I'm sure you did. You of all people. I think that, like, Affinity is the biggest Shimmer fan in all the world. So
I'm
when
just
that
a
happened,
big NA fan. I was glad to see Ghost get something because they're a team I feel like we've hyped up quite a lot and haven't seen much from. You and I were chatting a little bit, weren't we? That Ghost Gaming were, a team we want more from.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because, you know, Semalicious, friend of the team, the broadcast team. We're always looking to see her succeed and do well. Ooh, Kionetta. All right. Only good for the two there. A little bit of damage done. But once again, we're at that position where it probably doesn't matter. 3 rounds remain in this half. Oh, dear me. It's happening again. It's happening again, Affinity. 2 AWPs and an AUG. No, and an exit now.
What a buy. What a buy. This is, I think, on some level, you come into this knowing it's a really unfortunate situation. We talked about how Shimmer are the Achilles heel team for Little Bocks, from the veto to how they play, just to everything, really. So I think if you want to play comfort weapons, if you want to play a little bit crazy, you got to go for it. When Raven... I mean, she had a little bit quieter first map, but she's not to be looked down on. She has had an immense season and an immense run of form lately. Her openings on Nuke are insane. She will just wrap heaven. And look, before you even know what's going on, they're playing double AWP. Sapphire's got one on the XM, so I am the happiest chappy in the world. And there it is, the Kobe to end it all.
Double digits acquired. And not to beat a dead horse, but this is also Shimmer's T side. Like, it's really starting to feel like there isn't much of a way back in for the Little Bocks at this point. I mean, they've tried a lot of different stuff, right? They've tried some XM shenanigans. They've tried this double AWP, single AUG setup shenanigan. Now they're going for something a little bit more straightforward. But obviously, it's just a force. Right, pots and pans, trying desperately to find some sort of an opening here, but it's Forks who finds the opener onto Kionetta. Athena has been doing well to try and keep things moving, but she's going to get caught out in the outside. Raven massively stepping up from her performance on the first map, but with only 2 players remaining, it's looking like it's going to be an 11th hour round for Shimmer. So close to that 12-0 scoreline at the half. I wonder if Raven can get one more. Can we make it a 4K for her? She's not the one with the bomb. She's out towards outside. Oh, she's not going to get the opportunity. Sapphire's going to take... Oh, dearie me. Sapphire definitely spotted her out. And now it's aiming down. No ways. No ways. Okay. I was like, there's no way that she actually gets the 4th kill when I literally just said it's not going to happen. And, well, it didn't happen. Sapphire was good for that kill. But the clutch was the undoable scenario. And it's that dreaded 11th round for Shimmer.
Shimmer are just suffocating Little Bocks with the map control here. There's nothing really they can do, because by the time you blink and you miss it, and they've already run ramp, they've already run hell, they've already wrapped lockers outside, they're already out on A. There's nowhere that they're not. They are just infectious on this map, and it's happening again. Outside they go. Forks up here on top, jumps on down. You can tell the confidence is brimming, using the AWP, running with the AWP like that. They don't clear Athena.
This is not the round I thought they were going to win. I'm not going to lie to anybody here. This is very much not gone the way that I expected. 4 kills already. Serendipity now, last one remaining. And yes, I think a team like Shimmer, you know what? Is it really overconfidence if you only get punished for it once? And there it is, the one punish. Can Little Bocks form another? 11-1 at the half.
on a knife's edge. This series balances 11-1. That final round, a life raft in a vast ocean here for little Bocks. But a pistol round, we saw them bring the pistol round second half close over on Dust2, but now they need to dig a little deeper, bring something just a little bit more to try close this out, to give them some hope of extending the series any amount.
Speaking of close, I mean, Lotus versus Nocturnal, they had a 9-3 half that ended at a 13-9. Nari's Law very much came into fruition there. Now on map 2, it's also a very close affair between the two teams. So looking forward to seeing if they end up on a map 3. But it's looking like here on the mainstream, we will not be having the privilege and the joy of a third map. Because, yes, door stuck, but we managed to brute force our way through. And Shimmer brute force their way to a 12-1 scoreline, 1 round away from taking this series 2-0 all the way to the bank.
Brute force, brutal is another word I'd use. This team is, we talked a little bit about it, they haven't been looking on great form, but I think this is just showing their confidence. The only thing is, we saw that 1 round punish when they got a little overconfident. I think Shimmer, they got bopped on the nose and are right back into just playing a little bit more respectfully. Now the worry is outside, seems to be where Empathy is most active and dangerous, but actually this time it's STX waiting. Fox has found the first. Serendipity has smoked to go out, but Empathy's pushed all of this space. And look, she's already in their spawn.
I mean, there's 2 players left here, guys. Let's be realistic with our expectations, as the last 2 pins will fall and crumble. And of course, that's going to be Shimmer with yet another victory in the group stages, or the regular season, should I rather say, here in North America at the ESL Impact League for